I'm doing another YouTube collaboration with another YouTuber called Practical Inspiration. He's talking about great topics, basically very similar to what I'm saying here. And in this video, he's going to talk about creative habits, how to be more creative on a consistent basis. This is what you want to have, and yes, to a certain degree, you can plan creativity by building the right habits, and this is what he's going to talk about right now.
Hi all, and I hope you're well. This is Dev from Practical Inspiration, working with my friend Marco from Straight Mind in hope to bring you value by providing you with some useful tips to help you be more creative. Therefore, in this video we'll be looking at habits of creative people and why these help to boost your creativity. Before we begin, I'd just like to thank Marco for working with me, and please continue to support Straight Mind. In addition, Marco has done a contribution to my channel, so be sure to check it out over at Practical Inspiration. Right, so let's get straight into the tips. Daydreaming. The first habit to identify with creative people is that they spend a lot of time thinking, and more specifically, daydreaming. The act of letting your mind wander can aid the process known as creative incubation, whereby we're effectively allowing ideas to form and grow in the mind, sometimes resulting in something that we act on to produce some amazing creative works. The act of daydreaming in itself apparently involves a highly engaged brain state, as found in the 2012 study. This is because the act can lead to sudden connections and insights because it's related to our ability to recall information in the face of distractions. Think of it as a process similar to being able to focus despite having a distracting environment. Observation. For some of us, we see the world as a literal truth and remain focused on things that directly relate to us. For creative thinkers, they observe the world around them and constantly see opportunities or possibilities. This information is then used for creative expression. For example, when stand-up comedians create an act based on observational humour. One of the best ways to explore and understand observations is to keep a record of them and identify with your thoughts. For example, having a journal is an incredible way to express yourself. But importantly, the thoughts logged down can then be used for creative expression. This is why many creative people keep a journal to log ideas. Solitude. It might not be too surprising given the previous point, but with the act of daydreaming and noting and understanding observations, many creative people like to spend time alone in solitude. It's an act that many people struggle with, as they're uncomfortable when left alone with their thoughts. But the act of doing so also allows for deep thinking. By spending a little time alone, you allow your thoughts the opportunity to grow, explore, and become fully formed ideas. More than that, you cultivate a self-growth approach when you're comfortable spending time alone, allowing your thoughts and ideas to take center stage, having been influenced by all that around you. Experiences. To follow on from the point about being influenced by the world around you, people that are creative like to seek new experiences in life. This is usually a stimulating activity for both the mind and body, and the act of doing this is a predicator of creative output. There's many factors that play a role here, as it might be a result of intellectual curiosity, thrill-seeking, being open to emotions, or wanting to experience fantasy. This approach and desire for cognition and behavioural exploration of the world will naturally see new and varied ideas and thoughts formed in the brain, making for a more creative mind. Question. Creative people aren't usually just people with big ideas, but they're rather often people who will ask questions about themselves or the world around them. They observe what they experience, and through this process of observation, they ask themselves why things are the way they are. How did their thoughts get formed, or why people behave the way they do? This curiosity brings them to think of ideas, as thoughts grow and take shape, eventually leading to either a conclusion or more questions. This is why some of the greatest thinkers in history were widely regarded as some of the most creative thinkers in their times. I hope you found these habits and traits of interest and understand how you can apply them in your own life. Be sure to keep supporting Marco on Straight Mind, and if you think it's of interest, I'd love to see you over at Practical Inspiration. Thanks for watching.